Hi everyone, Mrs. Kaltenberg here. I hope you're ready for another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to work on a crocodile together. Go get your paper and your pencils and let's get started.
All right, we're going to start with the eyes and we're going to put them on the left side of our paper. And I have my paper in the landscape position instead of portrait. So two nice big circles. And for our crocodile, I'd actually like those outside circles to be kind of thick and bold. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw a line right close to the first circle, almost touching it in some spots. And I'm just going to fill it in just so it kind of seems like a really thick line on the outside of the eye. And we're going to do that for both eyes. So just take your time. Try to stay nice and close to that original line and fill it in. All right. What we're going to work on next are the reflection spots on the eye. So I like to make these close to the top left of the eye, a nice little circle inside there. And then crocodiles have special eyes. They have like an oval shaped pupil. So we're going to make it look like it's a kind of a little bit behind the reflection spot. So what I do is I start at the bottom of the reflection spot and come around and then join it up on the top. So it kind of looks like it's just a little bit behind there. And then I'll color those in. There, now we have our eyes. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start at the top of the head. And I actually start on the left eye and I draw a curve up and around the top of it. And then we'll do the same thing for the other eye, but this one doesn't touch the eye. It just stays the same distance away from the eye. And then I can bring that line a little bit further down on the outside. And then we'll draw a little hill shape between the two eyes. And then we're going to come in with the nose. So I like to draw an almost straight diagonal line away from that left eye. And then we're going to draw one of his big nostrils. So we're going to draw an upside down U shape. And then we're going to kind of start making a circle. And then, but we're not going to finish the circle. We're just going to make like a C shape. And then we're going to do a wavy line. And then we're going to bring it up the side, and that's the side of his mouth. We're just going to give him almost a little bit of a smiling look. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on that other nostril. So just another upside down U shape. Then we can go in and color in those nostril black circle for each one, and I like to color it in. And the other side. So you'll notice these aren't really perfect shapes. They're just kind of ovals. You can call it an organic shape. It's not a perfect circle, but kind of like a circle. Now, before we put on his bottom lip, we're going to add some teeth. So I like to do 4 teeth on the front of the mouth. Big ones on the outside, nice long ones, and then slightly smaller ones on the inside. So I like to do kind of curved on the outside, straighter line on the inside, and then a small one. Now on the side of the mouth, we're going to do 2 small, so 1 and 2. And then further back, we're going to do 1 big one coming down. And try to make sure that's still kind of pointing down, even though the side of the mouth line is not perfectly across. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to add that bottom lip, but we're going to make sure that we don't accidentally draw across some of our long teeth. So the line should go below the short teeth, but we'll have to skip over the big teeth. And then at the top here, I'm going to swing out a little bit and then join it back up, and that's going to look like a cheek. And that is the head of our crocodile. So next up, we're going to start on the chest area, neck. So I like to start just behind the big tooth at the very back, and a second line kind of between the front big tooth and the side little tooth. And what I'm doing here is I'm coming down diagonally and then going across horizontally. Now I'm going to stop there and I'm going to add in a leg. So I'm going to start above my top line and bring it slightly curved line all the way down across those two. And then I'm going to add the foot. So I'm going to go with about I think I'll do 3 toes, kind of come across and then do a curved line up. If you look, it almost looks like steps. And then the top one, I'm going to put a curved line on. And then I can mimic or copy the same curve of the leg and bring it down to the foot. So there we have one leg. Now I have to continue on with the belly. So I'm going to imagine that line is continuing behind the crocodile's leg. And actually, as I'm getting closer to his tail, I'm going to get them slightly closer together. Now we're going to draw the back leg, and it is going to be exactly the same as the front leg. So look at that little steps. They're stepping up and going back, and then the back one is going to have a curve. And then we're going to copy the same curve from the leg and bring it down. All right, now as we get into the tail, we're going to make his tail curved up and around. So what I like to do is I like to join it right up there like that. Now we're going to join it and do his back. So I start up by the cheek. And I'm going to come down and just do a curve, come closer to the tail, up and around, and then join it up with the other line. Now that belly line, it's not going to go the whole length of the tail. We're just going to carry it onto the end and then kind of join it up. Now on a crocodile's belly, he has some lines. So what I'm doing is I'm just drawing slightly curved lines between each of those 2 lines that we drew earlier, and trying to make them go straight from one line to the other so that it looks like he has like a striped belly. There we go. Now, he needs a leg on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to his front there, and I'm going to draw a line that comes out. And then I'm going to add the foot, and it's going to be like a horizontal line, just like on the other feet. And then I'm going to come up and do those 3 toes again. 2 and 3. And when I join this one up, I'm going to make it curve up a little bit. There we go. Now, crocodiles are bumpy, guys. So I'm going to add some rows of spikes. And I'm just going to draw little triangles all the way down the top of the crocodile. And as they get close to the tail, they get tiny. And then I'm going to draw a second row of spikes going down his back. So I'm going to draw a line. And then along that line, I'm going to draw some more triangles. And I'm going to continue making them just a little bit smaller as we get closer to the tip. And there we have it. We're all done.
All right, we're all finished for today. I hope you enjoyed drawing crocodiles with me. I showed you my coloring process again. I love how he turned out. I'd love to see some of your crocodiles too. So send them my way, and if you have requests for other things to draw, I'd love to hear about them. I'll add them to my list. All right, I hope you have a fantastic day. I love drawing with you. Until next time, goodbye.